Hey, what's up? It's Justin of Horrible Home Video, and I was just wondering if you remember that episode of Tales from the Darkside. It's called A Case of the Stubborns. Spoilers abound. You've been warned, so let's go. We start at the table of a family and see a young Christian Slater as the character Jody saying a prayer for his recently deceased grandpa Titus, played by the legend himself, Eddie Bracken, who you might know from National Lampoon's Vacation or Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. Jody and Ma Tolliver are surprised to see Grandpa Titus has shown up to dinner, despite being dead, and when told he is dead, Grandpa Titus gets upset and leaves the table. So Ma Tolliver decides it's time to get the local doctor to make a house call. The doctor is shocked to see that the man he pronounced dead the day before is now sitting up and talking, which, fun fact, is not normal for corpses. Dr. Snodgrass listens for a heartbeat and doesn't hear a thing, so the doctor offers Grandpa Titus a line. Oh wait, no, the mirror is for checking to see if he is breathing or not. Despite all the evidence, and even being presented with a death certificate, Grandpa Titus refuses to believe he is dead, and I don't know about you, but if someone showed me a piece of paper that said I was dead on it, I'd be like, let's go! It is now lunchtime and Jody is checking for spoiled food or something that has gone bad at the table, but it isn't the food. It's Grandpa's ripe old behind rotting away on a hot day. Oh my goodness, it's Data from Star Trek. I had no idea androids existed in the old days. Well, as you see, it's Brett Spiner playing the role of Reverend Peabody, and here he is to scold Grandpa Titus for not answering the Lord's call. Grandpa Titus looks worse and worse as the day goes on, by the way. Look at this. Ugh. Oh gosh. Just look at that makeup work. Incredible. Reverend Peabody tries hyping the idea of heaven up to Grandpa Titus, to which Grandpa says, then why don't you go there if it's so great? So the Reverend chugs a jug of shine and kicks rocks. Jody decides to visit the local voodoo woman who conveniently lives in a place called Spooky Hollow. Ma Tolliver says, okay, whatever, as a voodoo woman is the least of her problems given they have a zombie walking around the goddamn house. Jody visits the voodoo woman who is old and tired and unable to scare Jody. She learns of Grandpa Titus and says, hey, I know him. I remember him from when I was younger and how stubborn he was. So she decides to help Jody and give him something that is sure to bring Grandpa Titus to his senses and accept that he is dead. Back home, Ma Tolliver asks Jody what he got from the voodoo woman. She asks if it's pison, and Jody says, no Ma, it ain't pison, as it seems saying poison is the one word they do not know how to pronounce correctly. I'm assuming they were sitting around on set like, how do we say poison with a southern drawl, and then they were just like, pison. It's I hate it. Alright, Ma Tolliver tells Jody what he has brought home is nothing more than black pepper, but says, hey man, do whatever the voodoo woman said to do, I don't care. And Jody places the black pepper in Grandpa's napkin, and just then Grandpa, now stiff as a board and achy as all hell, makes his way to the table, looking his grossest yet with a blue hue to his skin. But Grandpa looks metal as hell. I mean, look at that corpse paint. Grandpa Titus goes to eat his meal, and Jody points out that he's got a little something on his chin, and so as Grandpa Titus goes to wipe his chin, he accidentally shakes the pepper all over himself and sneezes. And he looks into his napkin and he realizes he is in fact dead and says, alright, I'm going upstairs, I get it, and he goes to lay down on his deathbed. And you might wonder, how did that black pepper convince Grandpa he was dead? Well, he sneezes his nose off and goddamn, that is so nasty, it's got boogers and worms. Look at that. What the shit is that? Love it. Anyways, that's our time for today. Drop a comment, hit that like button, it helps my channel. Also consider joining my Patreon with these stubborn corpses here. I'm gonna get them some black pepper. Oh, and look at that. Here are 2 videos you can choose from. Pick your poison. See you next time.